why is it always? It's always when we get off air, bro.
We could have saved like 30 minutes if it would have happened last week.
Literally.
Damn, man. Yeah, we got to cover it.
Oh man. All right. Let me All right. So let me switch. Okay, switch. Are we good on accounts? Okay. Oh Lord. All right. Yo, what is good? What is good? What is up, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in for another episode of 4th and 0. We are missing one more gentleman.
Two live crew today, again.
Yeah.
Devin had some work stuff come up, so we'll be running this. Yep.
Yo, what is good, Miles? Appreciate you tuning in, bro, man.
God, I forgot I had to see Miles in this today.
Yeah, but y'all won, though. Y'all did win.
We didn't win.
Florida
won, but Like, for him, it's a good week.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's half of a good week.
Actually, no, he
wasn't happy with that Jack's performance? I don't think anyone
he didn't. No, he didn't care.
Oh, that's fair. That's
he did not care. Yeah. He couldn't have cared less.
Yeah.
Oh, D, you said you're here because Devin will show up. So his job is like, I don't know. I don't know when's a good time.
That's a private conversation I'm gonna have to ask him. I'm like, damn, are you good?
Yeah,
he's been working a lot.
No, yeah. I didn't want to get into like personal stuff.
Yeah,
because
I think a lot of it. We've had the hurricane came up too, so it might be a lot of.
And
he does a lot of yard landscape stuff. So
his job is more laborious than ours, I would say. So
we're not out in the trenches every day.
Yeah, so 100%. So. DE, you say you've been too busy playing Fortnite, and then Miles said Florida, whatever, bro. I mean, it's 3 more wins than FSU.
That's true. But Kentucky, I honestly thought we were going to lose to Kentucky. We typically have the last couple of years, but a win's a win there.
All right.
But we do have a lot to cover.
D, so you were referring to Devin? Oh yeah, him playing too much Fortnite.
Yeah, that's what it is. He got tendonitis in his hand from the Fortnite. Yeah.
So I came up with this question after the Monday. Was it Monday night? Or I think it was Sunday night. Sunday night or Monday? No, it was Sunday night. The Sunday night game with the Steelers and Jets.
Yes.
I came up with this question. We just go over real quick.
It's gonna be a Jets-based question.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. It's actually a Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So I stated after Pittsburgh's win over the Jets, who are you taking as the starting QB moving forward? Fields or Russ?
So from what I gathered from the game, the passing offense did look better,
which was
a lot better,
which they needed
a lot better. Which is what, and just you don't want to read too much into it, but on the sidelines, Najee Harris and Pickens have their arm around Russ at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I'm like, I think the answer's already kind of written there.
Yeah, because no disrespect to Fields, I mean he was scoring.
Yes,
he was scoring, but. The offense was a little stagnant.
You're going to hit a buzzsaw at some point because your offense is one-dimensional to an extent. You know he's going to run, right? So a team's going to figure that out. And a team's going to try to isolate him, keep him in the pocket. With Russ, if he has a little bit of juice left and he can get the ball downfield, you know he's not going to move as well as Fields. Yeah. But they do have the weapons there to take it. So
it was just crazy because crap, I forgot to change the channel.
Oh yeah, we got Family Guy on the TV right now.
I forgot to change the channel. I'm tripping. So I don't know if it was just one of those games where it's just like out of the blue because spectacular catches were being made.
Yes.
Yards were being gained, and I was just like, dude, like, what is this team all of a sudden?
The Steelers look good. The Jets look good for half of football.
Yeah.
I'd say up to about halftime, it was close, and then done.
Yeah.
Breece Hall had a huge game.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had, 100 yards receiving?
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers, though, I do think you stick with Russ at this point. You just beat a good defense, a defense that held Buffalo to 23 points.
Yeah, and it's crazy, too, because DE, he was messaging me. I was at the gym, and he was mad. He was like, they started Russ. He was dogging them. And then I got home, I saw the rest of the game, and then I was like, maybe bro's not washed after all.
And you know what's crazy is I went back and I looked through his previous stats, at least with Denver.
Right.
He didn't turn the ball over a lot.
No, he was
a good game manager, but he just wasn't the same Russ that was like a playmaker, explosive, that really elevated everyone around him.
Right.
So statistically wise, he has not really fallen off. He's just gotten, obviously the run aspect has gotten a little down.
Mm-hmm.
he's not the same player he was. But like I said, that defense is going to carry them. It always carries Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Najee Harris is running the ball really well right now. I've never been a big fan of him, but he's doing well. Pickens, if you get him the ball, he's happy. So I say you stick with Russ and just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they can run some packages too that have Fields in them to keep everyone happy. I think you can get, QB draws, all this different stuff.
I think that would throw out the offense because then you're somewhat stifling Fields to only be a mobile quarterback, and
it is more of a college concept. Like Florida does that they did that with Mertz and Lagway. Lagway was fast, Mertz wasn't as fast, so they would switch him in and out. But I don't know. I mean, I think you stick with Russ though to answer the question.
Yeah.
I mean, ride the hot hand. They just beat the Jets.
I mean, both quarterbacks were getting the job done. Preferably, you would want to see your entire offense be productive in a win, so you would go with Russ.
Yes.
But I mean, I think with Fields, maybe I want to say with Fields, he just needed time to adjust because he didn't really. Not to say that he didn't really do too well in Chicago. Maybe he just needed to get down that more pocket present quarterback.
That's what it is. Well, and this whole narrative in Chicago was he needs an offensive line.
Right.
He needs weapons. And then they got him DJ Moore and didn't really get better.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of stayed the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we've talked about grace periods with quarterbacks. It's like, how much time can you give him? Because at this point, it's like now or never.
Right.
It's like you're year 4. So, like, if you're good, you're good. If you're not, then you're just not good.
I think this will be a good developmental season for him, as long as honestly, if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm keeping both quarterbacks, and I'm just gonna let Russ either retire, and then let
it's a 1-year deal. So if you don't want him to come back next year, you could also keep Fields and then draft a quarterback if you find someone later in the rounds and keep Fields for 2 more years. Let that guy come up. I mean,
I guess ultimately what I'm trying to say is I don't want Fields to turn into Trey Lance.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go that far.
Because
Trey Lance he got a shot, then he got hurt, and then he never really got another shot.
Right.
So yeah, I get what you're talking
about. Miles said Lagway was the truth man, but he was clean.
Yes, he looked good.
Yeah.
Which is what we've been asking for all year. So
honestly, if I had to answer this question, both quarterbacks are getting the job done. I mean, in terms of efficiency, you want to keep Russ out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, Fields was getting the job done, maybe in not the
Is it pretty? Would you say flashy or?
It wasn't pretty.
No, it wasn't. It lacked a little. It lacked substance, I guess. It was like kind of dirty
efficiency.
Football.
It was definitely a lack of efficiency. Nothing looked thorough. Nothing looked as if he was
not lighting up the stat board. I mean, like 180 passing yards, a couple rushing touchdowns.
Right.
If you want to win deep into the playoffs, stuff like that, you need more. So that's why I think they went with Russ.
Right. And honestly, that would get you a win in Chicago.
Yeah.
Based off of that division, because just the lackluster division. But here in Pittsburgh, it's a little bit more efficiency.
Yes.
So I had to go with Russ.
They have a good problem to have. You have 2 quarterbacks that can service your football team, which some people have 0 quarterbacks that can do it. So it's a good problem to have. But and the thing is too is like neither one of them are going to light up your team and take you to a Super Bowl probably. But like they're both very serviceable quarterbacks that get the job done. So it's a good problem to have.
Right. I agree. So chat, if you DE said I'm gonna be real, I know why Russ did well. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Let us know. And while you are doing that, we are going to do our around the leagues. We're going to make a quick pit stop to baseball. We have the World Series that starts Friday between the Yankees and the Dodgers. I know you said that was going to be a forgettable game. No one's really going to watch that.
It's so much that like no one wins because like you got the team that's going for 28 rings, or you got the team that has the highest salary in baseball. They bought their team essentially.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I had to be a bandwagon today.
That's fair.
But in all honesty, I've had this hat for years. It just so happened that they're relevant.
It's just coincident. I mean, it works. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say if I had to choose who I would want to win for the World Series, I'm gonna go with LA.
I would say LA too. Yeah, just especially as a Red Sox fan, I don't want the Yankees to win. But,
right.
If anything, if you want entertaining baseball, it's definitely going to be a good series to watch. A lot of runs getting scored.
Let's see. Did you have any small topics, or are you just gonna, or we were probably gonna talk all about them?
I think most of them were football related, which we'll kind of circle through. But let me just check.
All right. No, that's totally fine. Did anybody catch the? Because I know you did. Chat. The day. Okay, so he said. So D said he knew the reason why Russ played so well. The Danger Witch sub.
Oh, it's unlimited.
Ugh.
He's unlimited.
Why is bro so corny?
It's gotten worse as he's gotten older.
Yes,
it's not gotten better
because it's not like that hasn't aged. It's like a LeBron tweet. It hasn't aged well. But
I feel like with LeBron though, there's like I don't know, something with LeBron. There's a difference. Like when he does something corny, I'm like, okay, but it's LeBron. Like Russ though, I'm just like
because he keeps egging it on.
No,
it's like he's
also Russ or LeBron does it unintentionally.
Sometimes. Yeah.
You'll look at him and be like, he thinks that's funny or something. Yeah. Russ just doesn't. I think he thinks it's cool. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Bro, so Russ wants to be a meme. LeBron unintentionally becomes a meme.
He'll just say something, you're like... and then he does it, and then he's like, oh, I didn't even know. Yeah, but Russ is like, he's pushing it. He's like, forcing the meme.
Exactly. So, I know you caught the basketball game. I know Miles caught the game. D, you said Primanti Boys actually has a new sandwich, the Dangerous. Oh. Okay.
They're riding for their boy in Pittsburgh, I guess.
Yeah. That is very interesting.
I did want to bring up one thing. This is football related, but we weren't going to end up getting to it. Mm-hmm. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has this like vendetta against Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Just bitter.
Yeah.
He tweeted 8 hours ago. Was it 18 hours ago? Hey, Tom Brady, any calls by the refs or teams you have criticisms for lately? Just curious to get your take on all the flags.
Yeah. Oh.
Bro's been crashing out over Brady for like 10 years straight. Career record against Tom Brady is 11-3.
Wow.
I mean, it's to me it's petty.
Yeah.
Because he even did that on the panel. Mm-hmm. I think it was a Thursday night game. It was this year at some point, but it was like just any chance you can get to bring down Tom Brady. It's like this vendetta, this grudge you can't let go of.
Didn't he say that was because when they played, and I think he made a comment.
Was it Tom made a comment? Was it? Yeah. It was about Baker, I think, wasn't it? That
I don't.
Or was it far? It might have been farther back.
No, it was farther back when they were playing, and I think it was about Fitzpatrick when he was still playing.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think he was playing for the Dolphins at the time.
Okay.
And I think that's where I don't know if it sparked it, but if I can recall, I believe Brady may have said something to Fitzpatrick. He may have not liked how he said it.
Okay.
Or how it was directed, and then
he just carried it.
Yeah, he's had smoke for bro like all since then. Oh, and you sent that on Discord? Okay, let me go look at it real quick.
But yeah, it's just the level of pettiness. It's like also Ryan Fitzpatrick graduated from Harvard. You have a good desk job right now. You were a good serviceable quarterback. You've won in life. You don't have to go this path anymore, man. It's just I don't know. It's a little cringy, but
oh, okay. So $1 for every sandwich sold. Oh, okay, that's nice.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Man, don't let me taste this junk. It's so mid. I would be highly upset.
It's got to be good.
You said shout out to the Celtics for putting the Knicks in their place last night.
They did.
Yeah, but then there were also a bunch of fans saying that they wish that the Celtics would have lost because they know how Celtics fans can get.
That was just a clean basketball game. It was just the Celtics are a better team.
What was it, 29? Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all, you guys tied the record.
So, and that was the thing, too, and I know we're kind of segueing into basketball right now. Joe Mazzulla made the conscious decision to not go for the record because they had the ball with, I think it was 58 seconds left. They didn't go for another three.
Yeah.
They took the 24-second shot clock violation and handed the ball back. So you can shit on the Celtics if you want to, but organizationally, top to bottom, that was a nice move. Yeah, it was a nice move. They were up by, I think the final score was like 24 points.
I'm not going to lie. I low-key tuned out at halftime because y'all were
I was just checking back and forth because I was doing something and I'm like, okay, we're up. Game's they're running away with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so they didn't go for the record. They tied the Bucks, who I think got it 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, they just took the back seat. They said, we beat you guys.
Right.
Move on to the next one. So
yeah, I was watching it. I was like, dang. I more so felt bad for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Because they added all these pieces.
And it's only one game. There's a lot of games.
To me, I'm like, these aren't the same teams. And it sucks because they showed both New York and Timberwolves on opening night. And both teams just got, the Wolves weren't as bad as the Knicks.
No, definitely not.
But
still not great.
I just hate that we're still in this mindset when it comes to teams where it's like they'll make major trades and people shoot them up to have like these winning odds. I'm like, no, bro. Like
it takes a while, and listen,
it takes like 2 to 3 seasons.
Bridges, did you watch any of that or see any highlights?
So, Darian, who follows the podcast, he was like, "Yo, what's up with his his shooting form?" I'm just like,
it's like. It looks like he just got this is going to sound really morbid. Looks like he just got his arms replaced.
Yeah.
Like he had a surgery to get new arms. He's still trying to figure out how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
The shot, his jump shot is broken. I don't know who messed with it.
Right. But you said I don't give crap about. I don't give crap at this point. New York fans are worse, and I'll stand by that. That's fair. I mean, look at both Jets and Giants. Right now. Look at the Yankees. Look at the Mets.
Also, I feel like you don't really. I mean, all of our teams suck now besides the Celtics. You don't really hear from us now because there's nothing to say.
Right.
The Celtics are good. We got to ride with that. But I mean, New York fans will tell you either way if they're good or bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Philly fans will.
Same. Yeah.
I definitely don't want to talk about Philly. No. We're in a dumpster fire right now. But I think the development with both of those teams will take at least 2 to 3 seasons.
Yes.
But I just don't like the fact that they just blew. I still hate that trade.
Yeah.
I think that will be one of the trades where I will genuinely dislike.
I think either both teams stay the same spot or someone drops and then someone raises up just a little bit, but it's still not enough to get over the hump.
Correct.
That game last night showed me nothing from New York.
Yeah, nothing.
At all.
And then I was going to go back to Bridges' shooting form being blown up. So I believe there's another player. I totally forgot whose name was, but I think it's that same shooting coach. Apparently, they're supposed to be they were drills to help with spot shooting or form shooting. So that's why, in the beginning when they're warming up, that's why it looks so weird.
Did you see the warm up video?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very robotic.
Right. So it's from here. Yeah. So the shooting form from here. So it's supposed to help with the motion of the shot. I guess I don't know if it's supposed to if they're supposed to catch it at a certain way and then raise up the shoot. But as you can see in the game, Bridges from last year to today's game was,
and this dude was
last night's game.
I don't remember I think he's a 39% 3-point shooter in his career. So I'm like, I wouldn't break it more. I mean, you can kind of take he's a good player the way he is. So hopefully they get that figured out because that drill, if it's in his mind that he's doing, then don't do it anymore. It didn't work last night at all.
Yeah. You said, hey, look at this. Hey, look at it this way, Sean. Big P Nick might be a Hall of Famer in a few years. That's if we have a few years. Honestly, it was to the point where they wanted to put a statue for him in front of the link. And I mean, I think that's really where Carson Wentz.
That's where a guy went off on the rails.
That's where his confidence really just nuked because they wanted a statue of him in there. So honestly, I don't know because if we get Nick Foles one, but then I already know if we don't get Donovan one, then it's gonna be mayhem or Brian Dawkins.
Oh yeah. I'd put a Dawkins one out before I put a Foles one out. I know he won the Super Bowl for you guys, but
if we want to honor legends, let's start with that one.
Yeah.
So with the season starting, I know it's too early to give our playoff picks. I'm gonna be honest. I think this season will be interesting because I'm pretty sure injuries will take place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm genuinely I want to say that some of these trades, the trades now, they may come back and look good.
It's possible, yeah.
Or I want to say that they'll either be pedestrian, like fourth or fifth.
Yeah.
Or when we get to All-Star game, we're gonna see a lot of major moves.
Could be to shake it up, yeah. Because if it's not working by then you kind of know you got to do something. But
I think a lot of the teams that was trying to make some moves last season that weren't able to, I think they make them this year.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of like teams being traded. I'm gonna be real. I already saw it right now. Zion Williamson is out against the Bulls. I won't be surprised if he gets traded.
At this point, yeah. Take what you can get.
Brandon Ingram, I won't be surprised if he's traded. I won't be surprised if the Bucks make a move for something.
I think they're gonna, to add there. I mean, the Giannis and Dame thing only get you so far. I feel like
I don't think
it gets you far enough.
I don't think it'll get them. I will get them to the playoffs, but not deep in the playoffs. I can see them. I honestly can see them losing in the first round.
And absolutely no disrespect to Doc Rivers again, but he's also the one coaching that team, and it didn't work well last year. So.
Correct. DE said that's if we have a full season with a certain second moon by the moon. Not to mention a certain conflict either. No, I understand. Memphis, I don't really see Memphis getting far.
No.
I think the powerhouse West teams will just be Denver. I might just put LA up there, maybe like bottom 8th.
It's gonna be Denver's gonna be there, Dallas is gonna be there.
Yeah.
OKC will be there.
Definitely.
That's about it.
Houston, no, I won't see. I don't see Houston being at top 8.
I think they're a play-in team.
Well, a good question. Since Clay has went to the Mavs, are we going to write off Golden State this season?
I wouldn't write them off, but I think they're a 7th, 8th seed. I don't.
So they barely get in?
Yeah, I don't. Clay wasn't doing much for them last year anyway,
right?
But I don't see it.
I'll write this off as a play-in team.
You think the
Warriors?
I honestly think that the Kings are above them right now. I think they've taken the leap.
We will.
Depending on how DeMar works out for them, but
I wanna put a cautionary hold on them only because they did not do very well this preseason. I know it's preseason, but I mean, I think they only won one game.
Yeah,
I get it. It's preseason. Your starters aren't out there, but I think that they will also be a play-in team as well.
You think so?
I think they'll be a play-in team. I do not see the Clippers really doing well this season.
I don't either.
Because you have Harden and you have Powell. You got Terrence Mann.
Kawhi.
Kawhi is not going to be
juggling up. Who is he? Where is he at? Is he there? Is he not? Yeah.
You can already count the Cavs out. No, I see the Cavs making it.
I think the Cavs will be fine. I do think the Magic are going to take a big leap this year. Because they had a lot of momentum coming off last year.
Definitely.
And they added, KCP, which is going to help them. I know we talked about rotation, seeing how that's going to work, but they needed a vet presence on that team.
He'll be a 3-and-D come off the bench.
Yes. They just gave Jalen Suggs a big extension.
Right, correct.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
I'll see them. Honestly, I expect the Cavs to do as well as they did last season. Yeah. The only thing is when Jarrett Allen went down, that team was
different team.
Which was crazy because it went to 7 games with the Magic, and I'm like, yo, this Cavs team I know it's better, but they have to figure out how to replace Jarrett Allen. Because
when he's gone, it's just not.
This team was just not. And then I don't know if he's even healthy. DE, is he healthy? Strus is hurt already though. Oh gosh. Oh. So y'all. So riddle me this: is Jarrett Allen coming? Is he healthy to start?
I think he had surgery in the offseason, so I don't know if he's like.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah. So he'll probably. I remember. Okay, so he'll probably miss a good
I don't know where he's at in development. I don't know if he's 90% there or if he's.
I'll give him 2 months.
Let me see where he's at. If D, I'm sure D knows. But
I'll honestly give him 2 months or actually I'll give him 3, just because the 2 months he'll be non-contact practice and he'll still probably be getting from recovering. So I'll give him 3 months. So
is he? Hold on, he might be playing.
That might leave you guys at mid of the pack, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, well he played in the preseason.
Oh, okay.
So I guess he came through with it.
And no minute restriction?
Nope.
Cool.
16 rebounds against the Bulls. That was 4 days ago. Already talked about trade rumors in here, though.
Oh, yeah. I think those were, because I remember last season, those they were mostly speculation.
Yeah. People just throw stuff out there.
Yeah, I was just about to say if they were just actually trying to see what they could get for him, but they weren't really going to move him.
I wouldn't move him because, like you said, it's a different team.
Yeah,
he just signed a 3-year deal.
If they honestly, I think if they lose him, this team will.
Yeah, there's not.
I think it'll just be another Donovan Mitchell situation in Utah.
Yeah, different scenery, same thing.
You know, so I don't think that would be good for him.
No.
You said riddle me this No, I was asking Jared Allen's health, if he was healthy, but not Ronnie answered the question. So as far as your division, Ronnie, so honestly I see it'll just really be a triple threat between the Celtics, Knicks, and Sixers.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be another Tyrese Maxey show again until PG and Joel Embiid come back. I mean, they have time, so these injuries, thankfully, these injuries aren't season ending.
Yeah, that's true. We're all baseline right now. Yeah, couple weeks, couple months. Yeah, stuff like that.
So honestly, I think they'll be good. I just don't see them getting far in the playoffs. Same thing with the Knicks. I genuinely even though they were injured last season, I still don't think you should have moved DiVincenzo and Julius. Even though you have Cat and you have Bridges, this is a different team because now you got to accommodate for Cat because this wasn't really an inside team.
Yes.
So now you got to accommodate for how
it's a different look. Yeah, right. And they pulled the trigger on it. I mean, see if it works, but yeah, they got some stuff to figure out with it.
DE said, Ronnie, let's be real. You're probably going to go back to back.
I mean, I obviously temper expectations. I would obviously hope so, but
so my thing is, who would be a good comp in the West? I honestly want to say Denver, but they haven't taken a step back. They just lost to the Mavs.
Yeah, in the conference. No, they lost the. Did they lose to the?
Or was it no? It was
no, because
Mavericks beat Oklahoma.
Mavericks beat Oklahoma, and then they beat. Mavericks then beat. God, who am I blanking on right now?
The Wolves beat the Wolves beat the Nuggets.
Yes, that's what it was.
You said Cat has injury problems. I don't know why anybody would want to trade for him. Denver kind of getting old though. I want to say because Minnesota beat Denver, it was just because of that 2-man tandem with Cat and Gobert.
Yeah.
I mean, because that was no one really could put a body on either one of them.
Which now you obviously have a better matchup because
it's
just Gobert.
Right, and he's not. Yeah, he's more of a inside presence.
Yeah.
And you can't really space the floor or create any type of options around him. I want to. I'm be honest with you, D. I think Nuggets would really. I mean, yeah, they're getting old, but then are we gonna have a rematch of Dallas and Celtics? I mean,
I don't think Dallas gets back there. I don't know who stops them, but I don't think they do.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. LA's not going.
No.
You got so realistic. Let's be real. Nuggets, Thunder, or Mavs.
I think the Thunder take a step this year. I think they do
because they got rid of Pete Giddy.
They got rid of him and they brought in Caruso, who's a better fit for that team anyway.
No disrespect. I call bro P. Giddy.
And now he wants a max contract too, which is insane.
Maybe they moved him because they heard that. I was like, I'm you what?
We had to deal with this bullshit in the beginning of the season. Now you want all this money? Hell no.
I was like, sir, do you remember what you? Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah. Let's see. D said Thunder have the greater chance.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma City takes a step.
I mean, those are generally my three. Like, if I were to give any picks for the championship right now, I would say it's a triple threat between the Nuggets, the Thunder, and the Mavericks. Because again, I don't see the Clippers making it far. LA, I'm sorry. This is essentially the same team, just like a few other pieces. Phoenix, they're getting up there, and Phoenix did not address anything.
They've gotten older. They have all that money on the books.
They did not address a single thing. I don't know about you, but Dorsberg still look good for age.
Yeah.
I'm just
saying. She does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she is now, but she's got to be in her 60s, late 50s.
70s.
Yeah, probably 60s. Yeah,
60s. DE said, you know who could be a sleeper pick this year? Oh, you about to say something outlandish, huh? Please don't say the Spurs.
They will be in like 3 years if they keep.
If you say the Blazers, Jazz, or Spurs, the Grizz. Oh, I'm blocking you.
You said the Grizzlies?
The Grizzlies. I actually said that I don't see the Grizzlies going nowhere. If
they stay completely healthy, if everyone plays how they can, then they can make the play-in tournament.
Oh, okay. Oh,
for sure.
Woo!
No, I'm not going to give them a bunch of credit.
I was about to say, I was like, playoffs.
You can if you can get Marcus Smart on the court for a whole season, which he's a good player, and then obviously you have Ja if he plays the way he can. Steven Adams still kicking?
He's not on that team no more.
Where'd he go?
I don't think he's on there.
I swear he got hurt. Something. I haven't heard his name in.
Hold on, let me see. I don't think
that's a lapse in memory. I'm trying to think what happened.
No, because so much happened. I just remember that he's not on the. I don't think he's on the team. Oh, he's on the Rockets now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went to Rockets.
He might have got traded last year when he was hurt.
I think, yeah, because I don't think he just re-signed. I think they just, or was a mutual agreement, but yeah, he's no longer on there. You said you mean they drafted that Purdue? Oh, Zach Edey.
That's yes.
Yeah,
Zach Edey. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not going. They're not doing too much. No disrespect. I genuinely do not see. I don't see them going far. I mean, because they have Zach Edey, but they didn't really address anything, and they didn't really put pieces for this team to be successful. I mean, they just got draft picks. So, other than that, real quick, going back to the East, the only team that I really see out of the Southeast Division for like the Hawks, the Hornets, the Heat, the Magic, and the Wizards, just the Magic and Heat.
Yeah.
Charlotte may try and make a push, or the Hawks. I'll probably say the Hawks may hover around the 6th, 7th, or 8th, or play-in.
They always do. They're just the definition of mediocrity. They just don't. Yeah, they don't scare me.
I don't know what's going on in Miami. I just feel like I'm seeing the same. I've been seeing the same team since COVID.
Now there's subtractions, I believe.
Yeah.
Because Strus was gone, Vincent left.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Martin's still kicking around. Can't stand him.
K-Love,
another older K-Love. I mean,
Adebayo's
always going to be there, but they're just not. They didn't do enough.
I genuinely feel I can't really make. I don't know who I can really make a NBA or NFL comparison with the Miami Heat, but they are just not doing anything.
No.
And then it's always going to be Jimmy's fault if they underperform.
I do think this is it. This could be Jimmy's last year if they don't. Let's say they get bounced in the first round, or if it's a play-in situation, whatever it is. If it's not like conference finals, I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
Agreed.
I think they'll trade him.
Oh, you said poor DeMar DeRozan, he's on the Kings. Honestly, I think that makes a good fit for him. I mean, you got a young team.
He's a West Coast guy, so I mean, he's probably happy being there too. Yeah,
they did need a veteran. They needed another scoring option because I know Malik Monk is going to be out for an extended period of time because I believe he had an not an ACL. He had I forgot what injury It was
something that was noteworthy.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So I think with this addition with DeMar, it definitely propels him forward. While you're looking up his injury,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do Central Division. So we got the Bulls, the Cavs, Pistons, Pacers, and Bucks. So I think it'll just be the usual suspects: Cavs, Pacers, Bucks. Now, if the Pistons do something with JB Bickerstaff, I mean that'll be a good look on his resume. I don't want to get my hopes up, but
that's a good coach for them.
yeah,
for sure.
Agreed.
Absolutely, they needed that.
Well, my thing is, if they underperform, let's hope that he's still here next season.
Yes, that too.
Because they have a tendency to, if someone bombs that season, the coach is always first to go. As far as the Bulls go, I'm glad to see Lonzo's doing. He's back on the floor after missing 1,005-6 days.
Something crazy.
NBA action. Yeah, it was 1,000. Yeah, it was like 1,000 days.
Malik Monk. So Malik Monk is good this year.
Okay.
He had an MCL sprain that ended the season last year, so it didn't carry over.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So actually, that'll be a good team.
Yeah. Because they got De'Aaron Fox at full health. Malik Monk. Yeah.
Sabonis. Yeah. So that'll be a good.
Kevin Porter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They got a few pieces.
So that'll be a good team to just keep an eye out on. And honestly, that is our NBA analysis. Definitely appreciate y'all kicking around for those who are still here, and we are going to transition into football.
There we go.
What did I wish you had the soundboard for when Pat McAfee does football.
Football.
All right, man. So it is already week 8. I know I keep saying it. I'm sorry. It's about to be week 9, but week 8 has already passed. I'm really still at the point where like, wow, football started.
I know.
And now here we are.
We just hit the halfway point, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to start appreciating. I mean, if y'all haven't already, I'm already appreciating this game.
Just sit back and enjoy,
I will make them last as long as I can. So we're going to start with the notable games. So let's start with the Miami and Louisville game. Did you catch that one?
I did not. I know it was a down to the wire game.
It was
a high scoring game. Yes,
that was a shootout because I think I was watching. I forget which game I was watching, and I flipped over to that one. Was it Indiana, Nebraska? No, I was watching some game, and it was like that's slow. So I went over to Miami and Louisville. That game was. I did not think it was gonna be much because it was a ranked team against an unranked team.
Louisville's one of those like scrappy teams that always get problems in the ACC.
Yeah.
And it was just down to the wire. Right. Miami escaped again.
Now, I'm pretty sure everybody had their bets on Alabama winning this one, but Tennessee ended up taking the game.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned it last.
We did talk about it a little bit.
If they lost.
Now, I mean, their playoff chances are very low. They got to really win out, and everything's got to be in order. I don't know, man. That's not good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tennessee for taking care of two. Florida's not a powerhouse right now, but they back-to-back weeks, Florida and Alabama. But yeah, Alabama needs a lot to go right.
Definitely.
It's crazy.
DE said Cam Ward is that dude. Agreed.
He is.
Agreed.
His draft stock just goes.
Yeah, every year. I'm glad that he's showing that he has an arm as well.
Yes.
Because they definitely like to scrutinize certain quarterbacks. I'm not trying to play the race card, but I mean, we could talk about Lamar Jackson, but I'm glad that he's showing that he can be a pocket presence.
Yes. You get the ball downfield. Yeah, absolutely.
So that'll definitely improve his stock. So what are the chances that, and this just popped in my head, would Cam Ward have it's not really fair because Anthony Richardson is hurt, but could we say that Cam Ward could potentially rival Anthony Richardson for who would be a good
comp?
Yeah. I mean, it's not really fair to say because we're not really seeing much because he just can't stay healthy. But as far as the ceiling goes, could we say that Cam Ward's NFL season could have a higher ceiling?
His ceiling's much higher than Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's still is and always has been 2 boomer bust.
Yeah.
Because you can see the bust right now. Mm-hmm. It's like the floor is here, but when he plays good, or he just effortlessly in the pocket just kind of flicks his wrist and it goes 60 yards.
Right.
That's his ceiling. So I think Cam Ward's a safer prospect. I think he's a little more grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Richardson's just he's a wild card.
Right.
So I would definitely. I mean, you could comp him at that, but I would definitely take Cam Ward over Anthony Richardson.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I agree. I wasn't really trying to lowball Anthony Richardson because he hasn't had a fair chance. But it's sort of one of those weird things because he didn't really have enough coming out of Florida to where it's like you should have stayed, but then it's like you sort of be like, yeah, you should have went, but you probably shouldn't have.
It was a toss up, but like even at Florida, like if you see, when you saw him play at Florida, every Florida fan would tell you they'd be like, "Oh,
right."
It's one of those like your eyebrows gonna be like, "Oh God, you don't know what you were gonna get," and that's what he's doing right now in the pros. So,
right. Miles said Anthony Richardson couldn't stay healthy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate because like he came back, so he had the shoulder injury. I'm like, all right, cool, come back, and then immediately that same game that he had the hip injury.
Yeah,
I'm just like, dang, dude, like it sucks because I definitely want to see what he can do in for the Colts because I believe he's a good quarterback, but again, just can't stay healthy.
So I mean, I don't know what you do with him because and we'll cover the Miami Colts game a little bit, but like you didn't leave a lot to the imagination with that game, and that's a beat up Dolphins team.
I still want to, and everybody from I sort of try and give people like when they have significant injuries. I try to give him a little grace period.
Yeah, a little leeway.
It was his throwing shoulder that he.
I believe so. Yeah.
So like he needs the reps, but at the same time, you're trying to win games,
especially right now because the AFC is very
pedestrian.
It's very even keel, so you have the chance to go to the playoffs. And Flacco's showing you that he can manage that offense well.
Right.
But then it's like, so do you? People that want him benched, so you want to stunt the growth of your quarterback that you spent a high draft pick on for Flacco, who's 40, just so you can win maybe 4 or 5 more games.
Right.
You got to let it ride. Throw him out there. He's got to figure it out. He's going to have ups and downs, and hopefully he has more ups and downs. And
people forget that Flacco won a Super Bowl. So obviously, like he is not losing anything by sitting back, watching him play, and just mentoring.
He's perfectly fine.
Right.
And now he's showing each time he comes out there that he can still play and that he's a good backup quarterback to have. So
exactly.
He's fine.
I think this would be a good thing for, I mean, again, you want to play your number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you're learning from a Super Bowl winning quarterback who is still efficient at his age. So I'm like, if I were him, I'm like, all right, I'm injured. Let's roll with the hot hand, see what happens.
Go from there, yeah.
Miles said, Ronnie, you think this carrying on from Florida with his hamstring?
That's another thing that could be. I mean, obviously they got to go through all their tests and protocols at the combine, and the injury thing's been brought up a few times, but sometimes hamstrings just linger. It could be, even though it's been 2 years, over 2 years now. It's possible.
Right. And Miles also said, like, yeah, you didn't know what AR was going to get. It's rough, but he had all the skills. But, man, this dude has an arm, but it went everywhere.
It's like Joe Milton. He's better than Joe Milton, but like Joe Milton can throw the ball 70 yards, but also it's got to go to someone if it's going 70.
So he had accuracy. So he had the early Jameis Winston?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But he's just a lot more raw than Jameis Winston was. It's hard to describe, but you just don't know what you're getting with him.
Right.
And the Colts took that chance, but you got to see if it pays off because it hasn't so far.
Right. But going back to college football, so Tennessee beat Bama. Then we had, looking at this game, Georgia beat Texas.
That's Saquon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saquon. So Georgia beat Texas, which was an important game for Georgia because I think we also said that too. If they lost, then their season would be almost over.
They were teetering. Mm-hmm. They beat an undefeated Texas team. So
Iowa State beat UCF 38-35. It
was a close game, yeah.
Yeah. And SMU took their dub. I believe Colorado played.
I believe they won.
Okay. For some reason, it doesn't show on here when I look at all the scores. So that's why.
Is that on Google?
Yeah.
Sometimes it won't show. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's why. Like every week, I'm like, did Colorado play? Because it just never shows. So this week for week 9, tomorrow, Syracuse and Pittsburgh, number 19 ranked Pittsburgh plays. Then starting this Saturday for our ranked games, and we have Oklahoma versus Ole Miss. Notre Dame versus Navy. Just going through the important games. Then we have number 1 Oregon against number 20 Illinois. Then BYU plays against UCF. Then we have Vanderbilt going up against number 5 Texas. What's the chance that Vanderbilt pitches
Does it again?
another upset? And it's crazy too because they're ranked number 25 now.
Oh, they got into the rankings finally. Okay.
Yeah. So what's the odds that they?
I don't think Texas loses 2 in a row, but I've also said that I've said that about Alabama this year. I said they weren't going to lose 2.
Yeah,
they did. So it's hard to say, but I think Texas will pull it out.
Right.
Should be a good game.
Then we have Missouri versus Alabama. You think Missouri gets one over Bama?
No. No, it would be crazy if they did, but no, I don't think so.
Got it. Okay. Then we have Florida State versus Miami, Florida. That's gonna be.
How many games can they not lose at this point instead of winning?
My goodness,
that's gonna be a slaughter fest.
That's a 7:00 game. I might tune in for the Tom.
You don't have to watch long. Probably halftime. Turn it off.
I want to see. Actually, so what was it? Because I think
they just lost to Duke for the first time in maybe ever.
I think I was talking to Miles, and I said I gave. It was this past weekend. I forget who they played. Florida State.
They played Duke.
Oh yeah, and then so I was talking to Miles. I think he and I. No, this wasn't when we went to the gym, but it was in our group chat. And he laughed at me because I said I'll give him 2 touchdowns, and then they literally only scored 2 touchdowns. I was like, "Come on, man! I give up 2 touchdowns. That's it." And then the last notable game we have LSU versus number 14 Texas A&M.
Okay, that's not a bad game.
Then we have Penn State versus Wisconsin. May or may not be a blowout. And then we have the rivals Kansas versus Kansas State. And that is week for our week 9 notables. So sorry that we had to go through college so quickly. Be honest with you, our next segment is NFL. And that's literally going to take us until...
It's going to be a lot, yeah.
Literally going to take us until the end of the show because...
There's news and there's trades and there's scores and there's a lot.
So definitely, before we indulge, I just want to say that we are glad that Andy Dalton's family...
Yes, yeah.
...is safe.
The fact everyone was in the car and it all worked out well is a good thing.
And then they did not need medical attention.
Yes.
Because it's sad that to the point where we're waking up and that's literally the first thing that we see before we start our day.
At first, it was just he was involved in a car accident, and then it came out that everything was fine, which is good. But yeah, it's always scary.
Right, to the point where I didn't realize that his family was in the car too.
I think they had the dog in the car. They had everyone.
Yeah. So that's very traumatic experience. So we are glad that the Dalton family is safe and secure, and he is being evaluated by the Panther staff.
Bryce Young will start this week.
So so. That is good.
Oh, it says that was actually a ticker at the bottom. He sprained his right thumb in the accident.
Oh, okay. So, thank God.
Yeah, that's the only thing. You're good. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Miles said, "I can't wait for FSU to become a non-bowl eligible after they get slaughtered by Miami this Saturday." And then he also said prayers for Andy Dalton.
Yes. Yeah.
That is insane. I genuinely don't know where to start. I know I sent you some stuff. I sent the group some stuff on Instagram. We have injuries, trades. Honestly, if you have stuff, go ahead, bro. Because I'm still. So actually, I know my fault. I'm about to Kanye you. So
no, you're good.
I only want to just talk about the Deshaun Watson thing, and for everybody who knows and don't know who's currently watching, I did when we did start the podcast, I was also recovering from a torn Achilles. So I'm not trying to say that, oh, hey, I know what you've been through. I think it's more devastating to me that people were laughing. Now, I know a lot of people aren't fond of him. I get it. I understand. His actions were it was inhumane. Say what you want. At the end of the day, he was putting players go out there and put their bodies on the line, regardless if it's your favorite team or your hated team. But to laugh at somebody, and I get it, I understand. I think it's more so. I don't know if it's more so that I can sympathize with his pain because he tore his Achilles.
You had the Achilles, yeah.
Or it's more the fact that people were laughing.
So, this is the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Is every single person in that situation is a loser.
Right.
So the fans are losers per se, I guess, for obviously cheering for an injury. You never want to see someone get hurt.
Right.
Deshaun Watson's a loser for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
I will give them a little bit of credit. If he would have got knocked out or he would have landed on his neck and couldn't move his arms, cheering for that's a little different than the Achilles. I know you felt the Achilles, so you can sympathize with the pain. It's an injury that hurt him really bad, but it's not like a life-threatening, serious injury that's going to cripple him for the rest of his life.
So I was also going to say that, to me, if he's not even playing well already.
Yeah. So now with the Achilles,
it's to the point where now you genuinely have to think, because we're looking at Rodgers, we're looking at Kirk. Even though he was already a mobile quarterback to begin with.
Yeah.
This is definitely it's not going to stunt it's going to force him to adjust his game.
Whatever game he had left. Because there wasn't much there. To be fair, I'm not trying to be a dick. But
we keep a buck on here.
Yeah.
No, so it's, to me, I'm thinking, okay, what's his next move?
I honestly, I do not think he plays another snap for the Cleveland Browns. Your contract, you're saddled with him. The front office, so to go back to it though, so like I said, the fans have some blame in it. Deshaun Watson is not innocent. The front office put him in that spot by not changing quarterbacks and giving him that big contract, so they're to blame. And then I will give a little bit of flack to Jameis Winston and Myles Garrett. They are sticking up for their teammate. They see how he plays and practices, and obviously he hasn't played well. Jameis, and I don't want to throw things out there, but he had his own allegations in college that were settled out of court and were paid. So he shouldn't necessarily be speaking on it. I know he's a very passionate guy. So to me, everyone in the situation, it's fair to say sorry that happened to him. He sucks. F Deshaun Watson. But everyone in the situation, it's just a bad situation. The organization's screwed. People are commenting on it. The fans, Watson, the whole situation's bad. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I don't fault the fans specifically for cheering for the injury, but also there does have to be some humility in it. Damn, I mean, that is someone's livelihood. He does play football. It sucks in that aspect, but he did put himself in that spot. So yeah.
Again, it's for someone who tore their Achilles. You never want to see that. I mean, it's bad all around. I
out loud said, "Ooh." I was watching on the TV and I saw him because the second he grabbed the ball and he fell, and I was like, "That's not good." And then they did the replay one time, and you just see it shoot up the back. It was like, "Ooh, that's yeah."
And I also think that I'm having moments too because because I was oh man, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just it's bad, bro. It sucks.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's all around just. All right.
Bad situation everywhere, up and down.
Well, I was checking the chat to make sure if anybody else commented, and apparently Alvin Kamara has had a broken hand this entire time. And he's been, I guess he sustained this injury week 5. And he's been playing with a broken hand.
Just got the extension. His camp, I guess, said he wants to retire as Saints. That's why they gave him the extension. If he wants, rot there is a strong word. I mean, he had some good moments. He played with Breeze and stuff like that. If that's what he wants to do, that's fine. But that's crazy, though, broken hand, because he's a pass-catching back, too. So that limits you a lot.
Yeah, agree. My fault, man. If you can continue with what you were going to do. That was just the one thing I wanted to get off.
Yeah, no, and like I said, it's just, just to reiterate it, it's, everyone in that situation looks bad.
Right.
I put more of it on the front office than I do anyone.
Mm-hmm.
They should not have traded for someone that was convicted or alleged of all that stuff.
Right.
They shouldn't have given him that big contract. They should not have kept playing him while he was playing as the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of levels to it. And then obviously he's not innocent. He had his own things. Everyone just looks bad. That organization. And you know what? The Browns organization deserves it. They put themselves in that spot. Like I said, they traded for him. They got rid of Baker, who was their guy. Loved the city. City loved him. you went with the shiny new toy, and it didn't work out. So yeah,
moved Odell, moved Landry.
Yeah. They had a nice little setup there. They could have kept building on, and then they just blew it up, and it didn't work out.
Right.
Came back to backfire on them.
Yeah.
And also, in lighter news, Bailey Zappe's been signed to the active roster now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he's going to be backing up Winston this Sunday.
Yeah.
Because Dorian Thompson-Robinson's hurt. But
and it's crazy, too, how that team looked a lot better when he was throwing the ball.
Could you imagine?
I know.
It ended up being, what was it? It was a one-score game at the end of the game.
Yes, I know. That's the messed up part, because I was like, wow, this, like, people are, like, the players on the sideline were actually cheering.
They're like, oh, we got a quarterback play.
Oh, my gosh. That's the messed up part. Like, I want to vouch for bro, because he injured his, like, I'm not deluding myself.
Yeah.
Wow, dog. Like, that's so crazy. That's so crazy.
The offense looked competent.
I know. Oh my gosh. It's so messed up. Oh, all right, let me stop coping. You want to do our picks?
Oh, yeah. I don't think it went well.
Because we're going to get into more doom and gloom.
Yes.
Because I definitely want to, oh man, because we got to talk about Jerry's comments. We got to talk about a lot of stuff. Oh, man, all right. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
All right, Chad. So, for those who are new, what we do every week, we do our own picks for who we believe is going to win that this week, and then we review them, and then we always do next week's pick. So we had the Thursday night matchup. The Thursday night Snores Fest. The Broncos and the Saints.
Not a good game.
A lot of people got hurt that game.
They did.
That shouldn't have been playing. Those injuries were season ending, I believe. But as we know, the Broncos won.
Yes.
And we both picked the Broncos. So I actually, so for our Sunday night London game, or Sunday morning, Sunday morning, Jags and Patriots. You went with the Pats. I went with the Jags because I told Miles I don't think that they would let me down.
And they didn't.
And they actually came through for the boy. And, yeah, that. Did you see what your man Bill Belichick said about?
Oh, I've seen it all.
We
can either cover that now or we can cover that a little bit later when we get to news, whatever you want to do.
We'll cover it later.
That's fine. Yeah,
we'll cover it later.
I got a little segment for it.
Yeah, because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So real quick. Oh yeah, the freaking Jags, Miles. Hey, y'all got the dub, so that's all that matters. So we also have the Lions and the Vikings.
Good game.
Yeah, very good game.
I took the Vikings. You take the Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My two. So also we have the Bills and the Titans. Please don't tell me what.
No, I went with the Bills. Yeah, that was the safe pick of the week.
Yeah,
if there was any safe pick.
Please don't tell me what.
No.
Okay, so I went with the Bills as well. We had the Dolphins and the Colts. I went with Colts.
I went with the Colts as well. Yeah.
All right. Seahawks, Falcons. Wow.
Yeah, who would have thought? We thought the Seahawks were just going to keep ticking down. They picked it up this week.
So I'm going to assume that either someone is watching us, or I don't know. YouTube has a funny way of coming back and having us eat our own words.
I know. It's like
because I was literally saying either trade DK. Or get rid of
Cheetah.
And then they beat the Falcons 34-14.
Yeah.
So
got to the point where Penix came into the garbage time. Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
So if y'all listening, please at least shout us out or something.
I don't know the trajectory of the Seahawks team now.
No,
because I didn't think they were going to do that against Atlanta. So I don't know if they're good or bad. I guess we got to keep waiting.
We're just gonna say mid just for.
We're just for purposes.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Yeah.
So then we also had the Texans and the Packers.
Good game.
You went with the Pack, right?
I went with the Texans.
I went with the Texans too.
Yeah. Very good game, but the Texans-Packers game and then the Vikings-Lions game, those were two top-notch games. Should have been prime time.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Then we have the Bengals and Browns.
Bengals, yep.
Bengals. Then we have Philly and Giants.
With the Giants. I could have swore they were gonna. They didn't do it.
Honestly, we were struggling in the beginning. We still didn't score a touchdown in the first quarter. So
I'm not gonna say you guys are back, but it is a good get right game.
No, we're horrible. Come on, dog. Keep it a buck. So Jalen got sacked. I don't know how many.
He was getting beat up.
I think he got sacked as many times as we sacked them, only because we lost Mailata, and then we are also down a left or right guard, and then Lane Johnson's still there. Yeah. It was bad overall. Let's see. Then we had the Raiders in the Rams. So your man's O'Connell got hurt.
And then what happens? Gardner comes in and sucks.
I mean, he got it to 5 points, but then the Rams
took off.
Yeah.
No more Aiden O'Connell. He's out for 4 to 6 weeks. Sheesh. That's done, buried, over.
So the Commanders beat the Panthers, but Jaden Daniels is out. I think he'll be week to week for a rib injury. 2
interesting notes from that game, personally. I had Jaden Daniels in fantasy, and he only got me 5 points because he got hurt in the first. And then, to top it off, nice little 4-leg parlay. It was like $5 to win 40. Nothing crazy. Everything hit. I had the over-under on this game at 47.5 points. How many points were scored in total? You want to tell me? 47 exactly. I almost had a stroke. And it was like a $40 win, but I'm like, that's like, they were like in my phone. They were like, nah.
I'm telling you, bro, they watched them.
Dude.
I swear they hear whatever we put out because it's. I don't know if it's just because that's how the world of sports works or what, but I swear they hear what we say.
I wouldn't have thought that Andy Dalton would have just been like
exactly flatline,
awful. Pick.
I mean, because the previous 2 games he played, he was pretty.
That's
good.
why I looked at the game and I thought this game's going to be crazy, which it was. It was 40 points by the Commanders. I thought the Panthers would have put up something crazy, but.
Then we had the ref game between the Chiefs and the 49ers. I think I picked the 49ers out of spite.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I just picked them out of spite. Yeah. I knew what it was.
Patrick Mahomes is not looking good this year.
I think it was all that publicity.
It's that. I mean, obviously now they have D-Hop, so this team looks a lot different, but the weapons were hurting him. But yeah, there's also like the random picks he throws. I'm like, what do you...
I think that's just finally, like, people are exposing that this is not a good offensive team at all. This team, I mean, Xavier Worthy, he's a rookie. Yeah, I sort of feel like they're trying to use him like Deshaun Jackson, but not in this like modern day football.
Yeah,
they're trying to do like a bunch of like jet sweeps. They got him on nothing but flies.
Because he's
like
quick, so they're trying to exploit that.
Right. I sort of feel like this offense is a little stagnant. Sorry to Kanye you.
No, you're good. No,
Travis Kelce is just non-existent.
Nope.
I think that either the Swiftie effect or he is just. I think
Father Time hit him. I'm not sure.
The drop off.
I know.
And we talk about it every week.
It usually happens gradually. If you watch sports, you can see a player slowly start to tick down a little bit. Kind of saw it with James Harden, where his production gradually kind of went down. Now you're like, okay, he's just there.
I mean,
but
I don't know. Maybe that's the Swifties. I don't know what to blame him. I mean, he did talk about retiring.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like now we see why you were contemplating.
Yeah.
Because the production is just
the one thing I'll give the Chiefs as far as like a analysis. Ever since Eric Bieniemy left, the offense has been bad. The play calling just not good. And I do think that this team, you know how like with the Patriots it was Brady or Belichick. I think this team, at least offensively, and the strength of the defense, I think it's mostly Andy Reid. I think when Andy Reid retires, I'm like, this looks different.
Oh yeah, this is not a good team.
No,
like to put up 28, I'm thinking like this wasn't a good game.
To be fair to the 49ers, Ayuk gets hurt. There's still no CMC. Yeah. Debo.
Kittle and Debo.
And
so apparently Juwan Jennings
was not there.
So I'm like,
and they had Ricky Pearsall.
The healthiest person who was he's the healthiest person on that team right now.
That wide receiver room. He's wide receiver 1. And he's coming off of a wound.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But the finish, then we had the Jets and the Steelers.
I took the Jets.
I picked the Steelers.
Okay, good. I don't know why I did, but
Then we had the Bucks and the Ravens. All right, so hope Chris Godwin gets well.
Yeah.
That's another freak injury. And then Mike Evans with the hamstring.
Yes, so, Mike Evans will come back. Godwin will not this year.
So Baker is definitely gonna have to step up and see how things will.
You know who he's throwing to right now? Well, he's got Trey Palmer, and then
is it Cade Otton?
Cade Otton's their tight end. His wide receiver 2, 3 is going to be Sterling Shepard the rest of the year. In the big 2024, Sterling Shepard is his second or third target. Yeah.
Bucks fans, check in. Are y'all okay?
Is everyone good?
I don't think so. But y'all lost by 10. But y'all started coming back literally in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. And Godwin had to pay the price.
Yeah.
But
and then the other game, which I tried to tune in, but I didn't realize they put it behind a freaking paywall.
Oh, did they really?
I mean, it was ESPN Plus.
Oh, I was on my phone. I didn't even know they put it on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, no, because I tried to see if it was on ABC. It wasn't. It
was on NFL Plus, but it must have been on ESPN Plus too.
Okay. Yeah, I did not.
But I didn't pay attention to this game for a lot because it was a snooze fest.
I tried to tune in because at one point it was literally like 30 something to 10 or 17. So I was like, all right, this game's getting boring until the Ravens defense in classic fashion almost gave up a lead.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The Cardinals game?
Bucks.
We're talking about that game still.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the Cardinals game.
No. Okay. I was trying to change it to the Cardinals Chargers because it was a blowout until the Ravens defense almost gave up a lead.
And then it got close. Yeah.
Right. So I went with the Ravens. You did as well?
I went with the Ravens, yeah.
And then I went with the Cardinals.
I went with the Chargers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Justin Herbert threw for like 340 yards, 0 touchdowns.
That man literally has penny chip.
He is Phillip Rivers Jr.
He has penny chip and napkin to throw to right
That's about it.
All right, we are good. So, all right, let's do our week 8 picks, and then we'll get into the news.
That's fine. Yeah.
So tomorrow we have the Vikings and Rams. Tomorrow, 8:15 Thursday night game. I'm going with the Vikings.
Yes.
Then we have Packs Jaguars so we have no more London games, thank God.
Yes, it's over.
So I am going with the Pack.
I will take the Packers as well.
For that one. Then we have the Cardinals Dolphins. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Tua's back.
You going with the Cardinals?
I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
I definitely have something to talk about with Tua.
There's a lot to
but
there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot. Okay, anyway.
So then we got the Jets, Patriots.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I'm going with the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jets, but wouldn't it be funny
if the Patriots won?
Oh, my God. This whole we're a soft football team is going to have, we'll talk about it in a second, it's going to have the reverse psychology. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
They're going to go against him. That doesn't usually work in a locker room, to say publicly, like, yeah, we're soft. Why? I'm going to talk about it in a second.
No. Yeah, we're about to speed run this real quick.
Yeah.
So then we have Ravens, Browns.
Ravens. Oh, James is going to go crazy.
Stop.
He's going to go crazy. I'm going to take the Ravens.
Oh, I was about to say, bro, stop, please.
I'm going to take the Ravens.
Please.
If we come back to this and the Browns win, remember that, because
man,
I got like a 70% chance on the Ravens. But
so real quick, Miles picks is coming in. He said Packers, Cardinals, Jets. Who are you going for with Vikings, Rams? Okay, and then the speed run through. Then we have Eagles, Bengals. I'm going to go with Philly, but I wouldn't
surprise. No.
Because I think this is around the time where the Bengals start turning things around anyways.
They have been. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll take the Eagles.
Not Brad. Keep it above, Brad. If you want to go with Bengals, I'm not going to be surprised. Because let's see. Because I'm trying to see who the... wow. Actually, we'll get to that. So Cowboys, they play the 49ers. So they might actually...
I'm taking the Cowboys.
For the Cowboys 49ers? Okay, so going back, all right. So you're going with Philly?
Yeah, I'll keep with Philly.
Okay, so then we have the Colts, Texans.
Texans.
I'm going with the Texans, but I think the Colts might.
I've seen a lot of people picking the Colts around like TikTok and stuff. I'm like, I mean, maybe they know something I don't, but I think the Texans will.
I think Joe Flacco,
if he plays.
Well, if Anthony starts, then I'm going with the Texans.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Titans Lions. We're going with the Lions.
Lions. Yeah. Will is out.
Sorry, Levis. Oh yeah, because they got Mason Rudolph in there. They just traded Diop.
Yeah, there's not much.
Yeah, nothing. So then we got the Bucks and the Falcons. Sheesh, what a time!
This is a toss-up.
I'm going with Falcons.
I'm going to take the Falcons as well, coming off a tough loss.
Okay. So Miles picks, he went with the Vikings, Ravens, Eagles, 49ers, and Texans. Okay. So then he'll give the Falcons, Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So then we also have the Chargers and Saints. I'm going with the Chargers.
Yes.
I mean, because, the Saints are lackluster right now. They just signed Marcus Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah, MVS is there now.
So, I mean, still. If it's no Derek Carr, then I'm sorry. This will be a very interesting matchup. We got the Bills and the Seahawks. They just put up 34, but this might be a wishy-washy team. I'm still rocking.
I'm picking the Bills. I don't until the Seahawks give me a stretch of something that like convinces me. I'm not taking them.
I'll honestly see how they covered Decaf one-on-one or DK. I honestly keep saying DK because I'm thinking DK and then Metcalf. So I'm just like Decaf. I'm sorry, but it's DK. Sheesh.
Yeah, I'll take the Bills.
Then we have Bears Commanders.
With no Jaden Daniels, I'm taking the Bears.
Because they have Marcus Mariota.
I'm going to take the Bears. I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to play this week. Yeah. I think they're going to proceed with caution with him.
Then we have a AFC rivalry game between the Chiefs and the Raiders. Go with Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs, yeah.
And I'm also going with the Bears, too.
Yeah, okay.
Then we have Broncos, Cowboys, Broncos, Panthers. Sorry, I'm speed running.
Broncos.
I'm going with the Broncos. I will check Miles' comments in a second. So then the Cowboys 49ers was a Sunday night game. Then we have the Monday night matchup between the Giants and the Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Steel Curtain. Miles picks, he said Broncos. Okay, so he is also on that YouTube delay.
I got
Steelers. You. Just typed in Steelers. And Chiefs. Miles, so you have Chiefs Raiders. Bears Commanders and Bills Seahawks. And then you also have Saints Chargers. Okay, so he's going with the Chiefs. Yeah, so he's delayed. Okay. So I will keep up with his comments. Okay. And then he has Commanders. Okay. And then Bills. Okay. Honestly, go ahead, bro. You can kick it off.
Ooh.
And then Saints as well.
Okay.
Bills.
Well, I'll start with what I know from what I've seen firsthand the last week. It's not looking good in New England.
At all.
This is taking a dark turn. This started 1-0 against Joe Burrow. You go into Cincinnati and win. The Gatorade bath for Gerard Mayo and everything. It's quickly turned into disarray. The locker room's a mess. Everyone's talking how they want to. They're saying what they want to. They don't get the ball. Jalen Polk last week was posted on Instagram. He had the best hands in the league, he said. He drops everything and catches it. I mean, it's a joke. You know how, this is the best way I can describe my feeling for the Patriots right now. You know how, like, in a relationship, sometimes people, like, check out early and then, like, just go through the motions? That's where I'm at with them right now. Like, the Jags game, I didn't get mad. I was like, they lost. There's no hope. I mean, Drake May looks good, so I can give myself that and be like, okay, there's something to build on. But, like, outside of Drake May, everything's a mess. And now the worst part is your coaching staff, who's supposed to be helping your rookie quarterback build him up, they're a mess. And the big thing that's come out, which everyone's been talking about, is Gerard Mayo saying that the team was soft. Let me ask you this. It's like a rhetorical question. You can answer it, though. If a team is soft, who does that reflect on? Just out of curiosity. It's the coach. Because you can teach toughness, you can build toughness, but like to get someone ready to run through a brick wall, it comes from the coach. Especially when your former coach goes out and says that this is the same team from last year and we were top 5 in defense. This is the best way to describe it is like let's say a king gets like exiled from his castle, and now he's like on the outside, and they have to get a new king in there,
right?
And he's just like over the thing. Hey, he's like John Jones isn't soft,
right?
Dachau's not soft. Gonzalez isn't soft. Like all these guys, he's like, they're not soft players. What are you talking about? I was with them last year. They were great. So now it looks worse on Mayo.
Right.
And now the bad part about it is Mayo's not been conditioned enough long enough to be a head coach to deal with this and overcome it. So I think he hears the noise. He gets all this pressure. They've won one game. They're 1-6. They're on pace to be much worse than they were last year. They won 4 games last year. I don't know if they're going to get to 4 games this year.
Can I add? He was the defensive coach last year. He was.
So right-hand man to Belichick. So the big selling point with Mayo was that like it's Belichick Jr. He was one of Belichick's favorite players when he was playing. They came up together. He brought him onto the staff. Everything was good. He learned under Belichick. He didn't learn enough under Belichick because he doesn't keep his mouth shut. The team is running all over him. He's saying stuff publicly that Belichick, you couldn't put a gun to Belichick's head. He would have said that. It's fine if you say it. You can say it, I guess, in the locker room. You can be like, you guys are playing soft. But to come out on a podium after you guys just lost to the Jaguars and say it is so bad. It's such a bad look for the team. It's a bad look for you. It's a bad look for Kraft for picking. That was his hand-picked coach. It's not good. And like I said, there's not like an end in sight either.
At all.
No. And you can't fire him. Maybe after the season you can have some conversations, but you're going to fire him in the middle of the season? You can't do that.
So let me ask, do you guys let him go or does he step down?
Stepping down looks bad on him because then it's like, oh, he wasn't ready for the head coaching job.
I think either way looks bad.
Either way looks bad.
Either way.
I think.
Does he pull the trigger before they do, or do they just?
It's the sky. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
The problem is, either way does look bad because like if they fire him, then it's like, oh, Kraft can't pick a coach because he only gave him 1 season.
Right.
And then another coach is going to sit there and go, damn, I only have 1 season to turn this around. This roster's awful. He's not going to want to come coach. So there's like.
I mean, you can look at Jeff Ulrich right now at the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, he's interim, and he was supposed to have a defensive background.
And right now, defensively, they're worse than they have been all season.
When Saleh was in there.
Saleh with them defensively, that was always their strong suit. Same thing with Belichick. You could not get past the Belichick defense. But now, both those coaches are gone, and the defense looks lost.
I didn't call it. I just didn't think that. Who was my? I think I had the Bills winning this division. This team is just.
Well, it's crazy though because the Jets are 2-5 and the Patriots are 1-6.
Right.
So, like they're battling for last place right now.
Right. The Jets are literally battling to save face.
They have to because they go if they 99% chance it won't happen. If they fall to 2-6, playoffs are done.
Oh, 100%.
You're not winning 10 in a row.
100%.
You're just not going to answer that.
Yeah. So, you got your shiny new toy. Still can't get the job done.
No.
100%.
It's a mess. I don't know. I think I said this last year on the pod. I was like, I have not seen a worse Patriots season than it was last year.
Right.
This, from a media standpoint, is worse.
Understood. Yeah. Agreed.
Much worse.
And to get Philly out the way, I really don't have to say anything. It's the same thing every week. Shout out to Saquon for getting 176 yards rushing. I believe he's going to set the record franchise wise.
Oh yeah, he's well on the way.
So other than that, this is again a moral win. We just need to stay atop of the division, and I'm upset that I didn't charge the. I thought I charged it.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew I was forgetting to do something. So, but yeah, we're good. Yeah, again, same team. Nothing really new, save for the Eagles. We just gotta win. I feel the same way as last week. Get rid of the coach. We don't really change defensively. I feel like whatever team that we play, we are still the same. So
yeah,
it is what it is with Philly. But moving on, Tua is coming back, but he chose not to wear a Guardian cap.
So the talk, and you saw the press conference, the interview, I'm assuming, a little bit of it?
A little bit.
like the snippets that you needed to see. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched the snippets.
Yeah.
He came off very angry in the press conference, and like maybe he's just tired of people
stating the obvious.
Yeah, but also like at this point, I'm not. This is gonna sound morbid. I don't care anymore. Then, if you don't care, why should I care? Because you're acting like it's not like.
Your life is, he's acting like his life isn't on, like, not on the line, but it's to a point where he's being very ignorant.
He was being like very like cold and like, why would you ask me that question?
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, do you have any conversations about it? Like, about what? Like, yeah, I talked to my wife a little bit, but that was about it. Like, so no one's in your corner. Like I said, at this point, just let him play then, because everyone's concerned for his health and his long-term, safety after football. He doesn't care. And he said, I love football to the death of me, which is also a very telling statement that someone would have to like handcuff him and throw him in an insane asylum to stop playing. It's sad because like legitimately, he seems like a very good person. I like watching him play. I don't want him to have issues down the line to where he can't be, a father to his child, and he's taken the road, he's taken.
Or we get a report like all the other former players that they deleted themselves because they were fighting battles, and come to find out it was from the same thing that he is failing to address.
Yeah.
So that would be very unfortunate.
It's sad, and it's like I said in that press conference, it was like just very. I would be warm and receptive. I would walk in there and be like, I appreciate everyone's concern. I've been advised I can still play. Thank you guys for the well wishes.
Right.
But no, it was the opposite. It was like Guardian cap. I'm not wearing that stupid thing. If someone needs it, it's probably you.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to take the. I am who I am. I'm bigger than that. That's almost how it came off to me. Is like, I'm not worried about that.
I agree.
Not going to happen to me.
No, I agree, because honestly, that's how I saw it too.
Yeah.
It's just it's a bad look. It shows that he doesn't care.
Yeah.
You would think after this situation, you would really reflect and be like, you know what, maybe I should take this seriously because this is my health.
But you had people crying on national television.
Yep. So for him to say that sort of spits in the face for those who genuinely care about him.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like you just have to let somebody be who they are.
Oh, it's over. I mean, I obviously don't want anything to happen to him. I hope he has a healthy season and the rest of his career, but it's past the point of concern.
Correct.
Do what you want to do, man. That's fine.
Agree.
Yep.
Going through just all the news. So the Seahawks traded Jerome Baker in a 4th round pick to the Texans. So they basically just swapped linebackers for Ernest Jones. I sort of feel, I don't feel stupid, but I gave a lot of praise to this Titans team due to all the players that they acquired for them to do the complete opposite of what I thought. I wasn't expecting them to be like high flyers and hit on all cylinders.
No.
But I'm like, you have 2 perennial all-star wide receivers. You have a very good tight end. Not like all pro, but like he can somewhat be a security.
Tony Pollard, still something in the tank.
Right.
There's just
and then
completely folded.
Come to find out that former Eagles defensive lineman went to the Titans just to do as bad as they were doing on Philly.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, they're a mess too, but
Miles said, "I'll pray for Tua's health, man. Like, it sucks for sure." Yeah, but it's just we're just tired of the ignorance.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, like, dude, like, people who injured their Achilles, not their Achilles, their ACLs, they'll throw like pads over their knee. It won't prevent them, but it's like, hey, let me be a little bit cautious of my body parts that I just
have already hurt and have it. And your head's the one thing that cannot be repaired or replaced.
Right. So what's to say that he, makes another decision to not slide? That was all him.
Yeah. That was when we lower the shoulder for no reason.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so Jonathan Jones, as you said before. Okay, so Chiefs acquired DeAndre Hopkins in a trade with the Titans, and they just traded a 4th round pick. That's pretty. what am I trying to say? I thought it was crazy because it was a 4th-round pick. They really didn't lose anything. So I'm guessing. I guess my question is: does D-Hop solve this offensive struggle?
It helps it a lot. I don't know if it solves it, but it helps it a lot. I mean,
are we throwing a Band-Aid over it?
No, I think it gives them what they need, which is a downfield target, because none of these guys were coming close to it. You don't have Rashee Rice, so it's like
could stretch the field.
Yeah, so I definitely would I'd give them credit. They made a move. I think it's a good move. Obviously it's a win now. I know Diop's older; he's 32, but like you don't need him for the next 5-6 years. You get like a year or two out of him, and you're like probably another Super Bowl, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good move for them.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
it definitely does give this offense the life it needed.
Yeah,
since Pacheco's injured, Kels is just
whatever he is.
He's there, but he's not.
You have no Rashee Rice. I mean, you have Xavier Worthy, who's a rookie. So
I still feel like this is just a college offense when you just have like guys who could play both positions at wide receiver, but they're not really good enough to. It's almost as if it's the similar issue that you guys had when you had all your wide receivers, but no one's getting separation.
Yeah,
and I think they were. The Chiefs were 25th ranked in offense.
Yes.
So I'm just like. The fact that they were undefeated is beyond me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I know that the Cooper Kupp, I know that they were they
tried to.
Okay.
Something happened. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was they couldn't agree. I think they wanted too high of a draft pick for Cooper Kupp. That to me would have been a little scarier than D-Hop.
Mm-hmm.
Not discrediting D-Hop at this stage of his career, but like Cooper Kupp is Cooper Kupp.
Right.
So that would have definitely been a better move to make. But
I mean, because Puka Nacua, he's coming back within he has like a 21-day window to come back. So you get him back, I feel like that would stifle your offense.
What I think their thought process is with Cooper is like they're not gonna win, I feel like, in the next couple of years. And Cooper's 31 and he's either on a big contract or I think he's still on a big contract. So it's like
he is.
You get off the contract. You know Stafford probably only has like a year or two left before he's going to start
regressing.
Yes. So does he fit your window? Puka does, because Puka's second year now. You can give him a big contract, follow him along. They're very similar receivers with their skill set. So that was their thought process. But yeah, also the Rams aren't doing anything this year.
Right.
So
I mean, they have nobody to really get them over the hump anyways.
No.
Let's see. So then we had Devontae Adams being traded to the Jets,
which we saw the beginning of that didn't work very well.
So I think the Bill because the Bills won.
Yeah.
And Amari Cooper scored. I think they're still trying to get him
acclimated
to the offense. I think that'll honestly just be a good move going forward with that pick. So
the Amari Cooper one's definitely a better pick between the two. Because Amari Cooper, I feel like we talked about it. They kind of needed a wide receiver one, but not like on a Stephon Diggs. Like you got like a humble, does his job, goes out there, no drama, no BS, wide receiver one now in place of Diggs.
Right.
And Devontae Adams is Devontae Adams. So.
Right. Let's see. So yeah, we covered all of that. Debo was hospitalized with pneumonia and he had fluid in his lungs, so believe he was out of the hospital either Monday or yesterday.
Yeah, which pneumonia's bad, so glad he got better. But
so if we are the 49ers, we're 3-4. We host the Cowboys. Do you think the Cowboys get one?
I do think they get one over on the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers are going to go far this year at all. I think there's just a hole that they've dug themselves in. I don't think they can get out.
I think just with all the injuries by itself.
Now, no more Ayuk the rest of the year. McCaffrey is just, who knows?
He's not coming back.
I don't think.
Yeah, in my opinion, because of both Achilles tendons.
Yeah.
And then he went to go get a second opinion.
In Germany, yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I I think if they fall deep enough in a hole, they're not even going to think about bringing McCaffrey back because there's no point.
No,
just wait till next season.
Mm-hmm.
Chalk it up. They would have been a good fit for D-Hop too. They would have been a good fit for any of these wide receivers, but now they're all gone.
Yeah, right.
The big three are gone.
Mm-hmm.
They could get, like Kendrick Bourne on the Patriots. If the Patriots wanted to trade him, I could see that happening. He played there before.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think there's any hope for them this year at all.
I agree. Let's see. As we said, Jaden Daniels with the injury. We spoke about Tua, spoke about Deshaun, Aiden O'Connell. It is crazy because we remembered all this off the cuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, Kenneth Walker had a flu game. I did not realize.
On his birthday.
Of all days.
Well, people were making jokes. I mean, was it the flu? Probably, but they were like, did he party too hard? I don't want to speak on it because I don't know if he did, but yeah. So it was on his birthday, and he still got a touchdown.
So with the Giants, they made an in-game decision to switch quarterbacks to get a spark, but apparently Daniel Jones will be the quarterback moving forward. So I don't even want to ask this question because the organization is so incompetent. But when do we just call a spade and say, you know what, our quarterback is just not good? But then I can't even ask that question because they literally were on the phone with Saquon and literally just like, hey, just trade him to Philly.
Yeah.
So at this point, I don't even want to address the Giants because they're just so incompetent as an organization.
They're a mess. Yeah.
I'm really just gonna sit back. It's sort of like the Cowboys. I'm just gonna let it just sit back
and let it happen
and watch it burn. Honestly,
now you have the Commanders, which have leapfrogged both of those organizations,
right?
And yeah, I mean they did it to themselves.
And I wanted to talk about. Oh, did we talk about? Yeah, we talked about Hassan Reddick, and he's
the holdout's over now.
So the holdout is over. They actually waived all those fines that they were holding against him, so he didn't waive.
Oh wow! Okay, I didn't see that.
So all those fines is waived, so he won't lose any money, and he's not starting, but he will be in their next game, I believe. So he will suit up with the team. So that finally worked out.
Yeah.
So his agents definitely were clutch in that situation.
Yeah.
And getting, especially those fees, because that junk was.
That was getting out.
Yeah, I was like, dude, like. Like all your game checkers is gone. So hopefully he'll make some noise coming in at week 8. Let's see. I believe that is all for. Yeah, so Rick Pearsall will start against the Chiefs. Chubb made his return back versus the Bengals. Watching that game, it didn't really see no fall off.
No.
To be honest with you, I think the offense is just bad.
Yeah, it has its own shit to work out. Yeah,
it's like no matter who you really have back there, it's just not going to really work itself out. And honestly, Neighbors came back. Shaheed from the Saints, apparently he will miss the rest of the season.
I did see that, yeah.
I didn't see that. So I think we can just go ahead and write the Saints off, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's over.
Wow.
It is over.
What a crazy 3 weeks.
Up, down. Yeah, up and then all the way down.
Right. Crazy 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden this team is just
back
to mediocrity.
Yeah.
Then we have the Titans. They released. I didn't even realize they released Jamal Adams after 3 game appearances.
Oh yeah,
I did not know that. So bro may or may not retire.
Yeah, I don't know where else he goes.
I mean, I feel like he might get picked up, but I don't think that he will be.
Crazy fall off for him though.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, after the Jets, because didn't he had those knee injuries, right?
Yeah, well, because Seattle, he was like all world, all pro, and then the Jets got him and didn't really work out there.
Right.
Yeah, and it just keeps going backwards.
Let's see. It looks like we covered everything. I think. Oh, so the Texans actually traded Cam Akers back to the Vikings and
Yeah.
swapped late round draft picks. I mean, I understand because they didn't really do too much.
No, and the running back room in Houston was Mixon, Akers, and then Dameon Pierce.
Mhm.
So someone had to go.
Pierce hasn't even touched the field.
Pierce has not touched the field a lot. No.
Bro had a very good rookie year, and then
another fall off. Yeah,
it's not even his fault. He just they just put better people in front of him.
And Mixon's playing crazy right now, so it's like, what are you gonna do?
So all right, and then apparently last week Nick Sirianni apologized for his behavior towards Eagles fans, whatever that means. I think so. I think we'll address Sirianni as time goes on, but I believe that is all for this week as well. So overall, sure, I don't even know where to start. Are we going to see any major trades before the trade deadline is up? I want to say we will.
I could see Cooper Kupp getting moved if someone, but I don't know where he would go at this point.
The only issue is he's still injured, so
that's true. Yeah,
I don't even. It's a. Is he having the same thing that Michael Thomas is having?
Is it ankle?
Yeah,
could be
ankle, foot.
That area, which is a crippler, because that's what they need.
I mean, because guys like that, and their shelf life is like 5 to 6 years.
Yes.
And then
you get like all pro, and then
you
just kind of take it for what it's worth. Yeah.
Right, because it was to the point where they said that when they worked on Mike Thomas, the stuff that they put in his leg, it didn't even help him.
Yeah. So you see him right now as a free agent.
Right. So
it's over.
I sort of feel like that's going to be the same way with Coop.
Like I said, if their asking price is like a first or second round pick, they're not going to get that.
Right.
No one's going to give that up for him. But as far as like other trades, I mean, you'll see like little spot ones here. I think the Patriots will unload probably Kendrick Bourne. I could see that. Besides that, yeah, I don't. It came fast and heavy this year.
Right.
That's for sure.
I think lastly, I'll leave it off with this, and then we'll probably end the show. So I was watching First Take. I believe it was this morning or yesterday. And Jerry Jones made the comments about Mike McCarthy's offensive struggles.
Yeah.
And he's saying that they're not really calling good plays. That's really all he said. He said that, to quote, he's not really calling the best plays to really put themselves in position. So when I think about every time he opens his mouth, I genuinely want to say you did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah.
So for you to throw your coach under the bus
when you didn't help him with his roster,
right.
And then on top of that, you had Kellen Moore, who was putting up consistently good points. You got rid of everyone but the head coach.
Right.
That's another move you made.
Mm-hmm.
So you decided that Mike McCarthy wasn't the issue, it was everyone else.
Right.
But it's definitely McCarthy.
So now I was really hoping that the 49ers could get one at home.
Yeah.
Just to, just prove a point that this is Jerry's incompetence as to why this team isn't really doing too well. It's not the coach, but I could see the Cowboys just running off with this one.
And it's the same thing with the Patriots. It's like the moves that they made, or the lack of moves that they did make, and then they brought in Mayo and all this stuff. It's like you almost want them to kind of like not succeed, so something happens.
Yeah, just to prove a point.
Because like Robert Kraft obviously is not the kind of owner to just sit there. I mean, he's not going to want his team to go 2-14 or whatever. So yeah, to prove a point, it's like you kind of want them. Like someone needs to wake up.
Correct.
Because if the Cowboys finish, 9-8, is Jerry Jones going to be satisfied with that? I doubt it.
Mm-mm.
And I think this is McCarthy's last. He's already making public comments about him. I don't think he's going to last past the season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like you said though. It's Jerry Jones' doing.
Yeah.
You're the owner. You got the money.
It's just so crazy how he's just refusing to look into the mirror and just But again,
it's everyone else's fault but his. Yeah.
That's what happens when you're an owner and you have too much control.
Yeah.
To where it's like it's everyone else's fault.
And you can't even say that these are like a new school of owners. These are the dudes that have been they've owned the team for 30 years. I mean,
forever.
They know how the game works, and like either they're not catching up to the current game, or they're just getting old and senile. I don't know what it is.
I sort of want to say a little bit of both.
It could be, yeah.
A little bit of both. But I'm going to go ahead and end the poll here. So we actually had a tie with the quarterbacks. So we had it was literally a 50-50 split.
Ooh.
So we had 50% vote for Fields, and then we had 50% vote for Wilson. So honestly, I want to see how this team does against a very good team, since we have Wilson in here now. So they play the Giants, a Monday night game. Also I forgot to cover they flexed a lot of games as well for like week 9. I don't know if you saw that, but
I did see a flex. I don't remember what games they were though.
So it was week 9. They flexed the Philly Jags game. Apparently that was supposed to be like a Sunday or Monday night game.
Is it at 1:00 now?
4:05.
Oh, 4:05.
Thank God, because that was going to be a mid.
Yeah, don't need to watch it.
That was going to be a mid game. I was like, oh no, I do not want to see this game on a Sunday or Monday.
No.
And I think they also flexed. I think they flexed the Colts Vikings game, so that's now a Sunday night game.
Okay.
And then what other flex did they do? Those were the only two that I remember seeing off the top of my head. So. Well, I think this week will definitely just be a lot of we'll just sit back and see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll sit back and see what happens with Tua.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with the Chiefs and what will happen with D-Hop. We'll also see what happens with
the Jets.
Yeah.
Not so much, but like, you know, if crazy things did happen.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Jets. We'll see if the Browns can get a dub.
Yeah.
Got
Jameis starting.
Yeah.
Zappy might make an appearance.
Hopefully you guys can turn the game around, or maybe at least make it competitive.
That's what I'm hoping for, at the very least. Yeah.
Make it competitive.
Rodgers also is like every part of his lower body's hurt. So I think they said, what was it? I know the knee bothered him. I think the hamstrings bothered him now. So who knows?
I'll definitely wait until next week to see what the Steelers do, since they're playing the Giants, and then see if they can get some comp. And then honestly, for the Philly Bengals game, it'll be
should be a good game. But
honestly, I sort of checked out on this team. I'm just like, I feel like I'm just watching the same football 2 seasons in a row.
Yes.
Our play calling is just like, I feel like I lose brain cells when I watch our offense, because it's just the same thing. But I'm not going to get on that.
Repetitive, yeah.
But other than that, we definitely appreciate y'all tuning in for another episode of 4th and 0. Thank you for everybody who was new and stopped by. It's just going to be the 2-man crew from now on until we can get our third host back. He is just busy with work right now. But they'll always be here on the pod. And hopefully eventually we'll get Nick on here too. So
yes,
we can have some banter with him as well. But we definitely appreciate everybody who stopped by. Thank you, Miles, and thank you, DE, for chilling with us in the chat. We'll be back next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, yeah, is that Gary? Oh, no, that's not Gary Trent. Okay.
I also forgot Caleb Martin's on the 76ers now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I brought him on for the Heat, and then I forgot he signed.
Yeah, he threw Miami under the bus.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Threw him crazy under the bus. Yeah. But we definitely appreciate everybody stopping by for another episode. Until next week, we are out of here. Peace.